this interesting little graphic that you got up here. Your screen film is a little bit different, my resolution is a little bit different, so. And what you're going to notice is if you scroll down, you're going to see our entire workshop for today. So you'll have access to all of these resources outside of today. You won't have to look around for a paper or anything like that. It'll just be a matter of going to the ATE Moodle. And then once you sign in, because you've already enrolled yourself as a member of the class, you'll have it, it'll pop up on your right-hand side under My Courses. So you won't have to go through searching for it anymore. It'll pop up right there for you, which is kind of nice. And this, what you're working on today, of course, is a Moodle. And so just to get yourself a little bit oriented with it, we've got topics. So the very first topic is just the announce and supports. So this is where you're going to be able to get a hold of me. So if you'll actually click on that, what it'll do is take you within Moodle, it'll take you to my contact information. And so this is just a little bit more about me. I also gave you my personal email just in case, and if you can't see it, there's actually a click full size, and if you put that, it'll open up full size to a full size poster. And this is, what I used to do this was EduGlockster, which is something you'll have time to play around with today. It's basically just an online poster. You'll make one today. It'll be very, very easy for you to do. So those are just the different things about me. If you happen to click on something and it does a circle, that means that there's a link. So if you click on it, it'll take you directly to the link. Some workshops we've done, just a little bit about me, and my picture.
This is quicker down below the plugin.
Oh, there might be a plugin required for it.
Yes.
Right, is there?
And if the admin comes in, I need to go.
Okay. Click next. Yeah. And then I agree. And then click next. Oh, he's gonna come down. Make sure he puts in the code. You were gonna say, I see you know what admin code is. No, you can't download admin. All right. To navigate through the Moodle, when you're actually on the Moodle page, you'll see up here, it has what we call breadcrumbs. And they're basically just breadcrumbs because they show you your way back. And so we, of course, this is a resource. Differentiated instruction is the course itself, so we would click on that. And what it does is take you back to the main page. It's kind of nice. You could use the back button if you're more familiar with the back button. But just navigating through a basic Moodle, we usually use breadcrumbs. So if you hear me say breadcrumbs, that's where I'm talking about, just those highlighted little areas.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have important news and information. So if I find, because Lucretia and I communicate pretty regularly, so sometimes I'll come across a really great site that I want to share. I'll put it on the important news. If you come across a really great site, you'll have the ability to put it there as well. Or if you ever need to get a hold of me for a question, Lucretia is giving me permission to actually go in and check it periodically. So I'm able to do that. The support forum, it's not actually a traditional support forum. What I was going to use with us today is what we call today's meet. And so if you have a question at any time throughout, of course, you're more than welcome to just, hey, hold up, Stephanie. I'm completely used to that. I'm a classroom teacher, so I'm used to people going, wait, Stephanie, go back, rewind. Or if you just want to ask me the question, I also monitor this. So you would put in your name here, click on join, and then it'll give you an option to write a little message to me. So if you wanted to say, can you repeat that? Or I need help with photo story, can you come over here? Then you can do that. So, and this will stay up for an entire year after today's workshop, which is pretty nice because you'll always have, especially if you need like those instructions, you need to go back, you want me to put instructions in there, I can actually put the instructions in there and they'll stay up for a year. So which is kind of nice. And I gave you the link to today's meet if you wanted to try it in your own classroom. And then our next topic is, of course, the workshop information. Everybody was given the UTSA map. All I did was put another copy of it here. Sadly, it's not a better copy. It's just the one that was given to everybody. And then the GT flyer that went out with everybody. Also the agenda. So if we click on agenda, it'll actually take us down. And I have to scroll down, but you guys should see it pretty quickly. And it'll kind of let you know what you're in store for today, the approximate how many minutes I plan on keeping on it. And because there's, you know, only 5 or 6 of us, then a lot of this stuff will kind of go through very quickly. I did schedule in breaks, so our first break is going to be about 10:15 for about a 15-minute break, but while you're breaking, I'm going to be running some classroom examples so that you can actually see some different photo stories and different kinds of things if you want to just hang out in the room. And then we'll go back in, we'll come back from break and go into using technology. So we have a specific topic for that. And that'll take us to about 11:45. 11:45 is about break time for lunch. I gave you about an hour for lunch. You know, we can kind of talk about it. Maybe we might need to adjust that a little bit longer, just if there's so many things happening on campus. I don't know how we're going to go about that. The afternoon, we are going to spend the majority of the time exploring the technology that I'm going to be showing you. So you're going to be creating your own photo story. You're going to be creating your own blog. I'm going to give you time to look at Voki. If you've never seen Voki, Voki's a kind of nice, cute little engagement piece that a lot of my kids like to use. I do have, for any of you that have bilingual students, I do have some bilingual resources to show you today, just because I never like leaving out my bilingual. So I'll show you some of those examples of things that I've done with some of my bilingual kids. And then I gave you guys, we're going to have some time to kind of share them and reflect, because I want people to see what everybody did with the photo stories, because you're creating your own. And then, of course, you know, we've got door prizes and conclusion of the workshop at the end. So that's kind of our day in a nutshell. So we're going right back up. Using our breadcrumbs, we'll go to differentiated instruction. And it'll take us right back here. And if you would, we're going to click on that very first topic, which is differentiated instruction. You couldn't talk about differentiating instruction without talking about specific learning styles. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. And of course, in every little topic of discussion, I give you a little, this is kind of what I want you to walk away with. I want you to walk away with learning about your own learning style. I'm listing a couple of different learning styles which we're going to talk about, and then providing different examples, either from your own classroom, from your own experience, or you know, what you've seen in other classrooms. So if you would, click on Learning Styles and just follow along with me. The only thing I ask is that when there is a video, that you not press on the video so that I can play it up here. Because if you've ever been in a classroom where we've had 6 videos go off at once, they're all at different places, no matter how much we time the, okay, 1, 2, 3, start. It still always goes at different places. So I do have a couple of videos that we're going to look at. So whenever we have videos, I'll play them up here and just follow along with this up here. But the learning styles. So when you think about learning styles,